What's up, everybody? It's the Sports Chasers Podcast. Coming to you live and direct with your host and your moderator, Kevin L. Warren, along with his fellow co-hosts, Dorian, the D.A. Albreton, James, the Angry One Warren, Mike Mills, Daryl D-Dub Warren, and Dan K, the Hockey Dude. This is a real sports podcast for real fans. This is a sports podcast with no hot takes, no narratives, just real, unadulterated sports talk. Please be advised that there may be some colorful and explicit language. The Sports Chasers are the defenders of the fans. Now, here's your host and moderator, Kevin L. Warren!
Hey, what's happening, everybody? What's going on, everybody? It's another edition of the Sports Chasers Podcast, coming to you live and direct another Thursday night, man, where we get to talk about the world of sports, man. Hey, before I get into things, going to do a couple housekeeping things. Make sure you like, click, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you also leave us some comments so we can jack up the algorithm. All those that's listening to the sound of my voice on the podcasting side, make sure you leave us that 5. There I go. 5-star review and Apple and Spotify. Leave us those comments. D-Dub, what do you want them to do?
Love us, hate us.
You don't have to hate us.
You don't have to hate us, but you can love us. Show us some love. We appreciate it.
Yeah, man. So make sure you do that in the sound of our voice on the podcast and sound, man. So good to be here, man. Hey, we got some things to talk about tonight. We got some baseball on tap. As you can see, I got the baseball, the Sports Chasers jersey out there. Hey, one other plug I want to put out there. Hey, make sure November 1st. I know we've been saying it, but it's going down for real. It is going down for real. Hey, we'll be selling some merchandise just like this. See this shirt? See this hat?
Pretty nice, man.
See this cup? You'll be able to purchase that and support us by doing that. So November 1st is going to go down.
No more of these for me. No more red Solo cups, huh? Thanks, man. We appreciate it, bro.
Yeah. Please get your Sports Chasers cup there, sir.
Yeah, okay.
Of course, man. Let's meet the crew, man. We got D-Dub. D-Dub, what's up, man? He has already introduced himself. Go ahead.
Yes. What's up? Sports Chasers Podcast Thursday night. Hey, let's get it. We got a guest in the building.
No doubt. The DA, what's good, bro? How are you?
I'm good, man. Good to be here. Yeah, good to be here. I got a mess. The screen is messed up, but yeah, I'll take care of it.
Okay. We'll take care of it, man. Yeah. We're live, bro. We're live.
We'll get together on the production side.
But yeah.
Live with Memorex.
Shout out that's all those that's watching in the chat. Thank you, Deb. She's hanging out with us. All those on the Facebook side, on the Twitter side, on the Twitch side. Hola, mi gente, my main man, Mike Bristol. Appreciate you, bro. He's hanging out with us tonight, man. We're gonna talk some baseball. Right. Shout out, like I said, shout out to those on the YouTube side, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch. What else we got? I don't think we're on Instagram yet, but hey, if you're watching, thank you. Give us those clicks. Hang out with us in the comments. The comments was been crazy the last couple of weeks. Crazy in a good way. Thank you guys for commenting and like I said, jacking up this algorithm. So hey, we got a special guest tonight. Like I said, baseball's the theme tonight. Met this gentleman. His name is Dan Clouser. I met him through Pod Match. I'm going to give him the rightful introduction. Dan is he's an author. He's a blogger. He's a podcast host. He's a speaker, and he's also a consultant. He's been 30 years. He's been a youth sports organizer of a nonprofit, and I want to get it right here. Baseball of the Berkshire Baseball and Softball Club. Dan has done a lot and has done it all with youth sports. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Dan Clouser. Let me give him the floor. Let me give him some applause, Dan. Let me give you some applause. There you go.
Guys, looking forward to it.
Dan, welcome to the show. What's going on, man? What's going on tonight, man? The world of baseball. So just walk us through, or just let us know, how do you got started in youth sports and youth baseball, by the way?
So for me, it was, the organization I started, Berkshire Baseball and Softball Club. When we first started, it actually was a way for a bunch of buddies from high school to continue playing ourselves, So we kind of started this, college age, adult, age baseball organization. And we, for the first 10 years, it really didn't have anything to do with youth. But as we all started to get older and started coaching in different areas, we were still playing against each other, but we were coaching, or playing with each other, but coaching against each other. And at one point, we sat down and we were like, it was kind of silly. We all have this same coaching philosophy, but yet, we're coaching against each other. Why don't we bring a youth component into our organization? And that's what we ended up doing 10 years into the start of the organization. And that really changed, what we were doing as an organization. We took the approach of, a coaching philosophy that was as much about teaching lessons as it was about wins and losses. And we were very competitive as an organization. We won a lot of games, won a lot of tournaments, but at the end of the day, it was really more about teaching life lessons to those kids and using the game of baseball to teach those life lessons. And there's so many life lessons available in the game that, I think today's youth coach has lost sight of a little bit, and it's, a little bit heartbreaking at times to see some of the stuff that coaches do nowadays in order to win a little, weekend trophy, at the end of the day. So, but I loved every minute of what I did. And the one thing Kevin left out is I don't coach anymore. I'm not directly involved in youth sports anymore. My wife and I sold our house and all of our stuff. We now live in an RV traveling throughout the country. And one of the coolest things about what we're doing now is the ability to connect with some of my old players and see them literally all throughout the country. Guys that I haven't seen in 10, 20 years, and seeing what they're doing in the world today. Some are still involved in sports, some are still involved in baseball. But most of them are just really incredible members of society and doing great things.
I think one of the things that resonates with me, what you said, is about life lessons. And I so remember my high school coach. I so remember my Babe Ruth League baseball coaches, instilling some values and some, like you said, some life lessons that to this day, as a grown dude, I still have not forgotten. And it's because of people like yourself, that has, kudos to you. And you did it for 30 years. How long have you not been directly involved in it?
So 2020 is when my wife and I sold our house and all of our stuff and hit the road. So it's going on a little over 3 years now that I haven't been involved. And I, I got players of all ages all over the place. And, I still love getting to a game. This past spring, one of my old players from Pennsylvania, right as we were relocating, he ended up relocating to South Carolina, and we happened to be in his area while he was playing in the high school tournament. He was now a senior in high school. He's actually now just started his freshman year at college. So being able to get there and see him play 2 games was so cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. But it is, and when you talk about the life lessons, I always coached that way, but there was a moment in time that really drove that home as far as what the influence that a youth coach has on a player. And that was, I want to say it was somewhere around 2002, 2003. I had the opportunity to go down and speak at the National Alliance of Youth Sports Convention in San Antonio, Texas. And if you're not familiar with that, I mean, it's just a huge youth sports convention. There's all kinds of different keynote speakers and, workshops and all kinds of stuff. And the main keynote speaker of the event was Emmitt Smith. And again, not a baseball guy, obviously, but the one thing that I remember from his speech is he started this speech off talking about the player or the coach who had the most influence on his life. And it wasn't any of the professional guys he had or any of the college guys he had. It was his first Pop Warner football coach. And when you think about that, here's a guy who made it the pinnacle of his professional career, Hall of Famer, leading rusher, everything you ever want to do as a professional athlete. And the coach who made the biggest impact on his life was not the ones that took him to Super Bowls, not the ones that, led him to potential national titles and, Heisman runs and all that sort of stuff. It was his very first Pop Warner football coach. And that just really, drove home to me that the way we were coaching and teaching kids in our organization was the right way. That you're going to forget about the championships. You're going to forget about the tournament championships and the league championships and all that sort of stuff, but you're going to remember those life lessons. And again, I've been fortunate enough to see it in real time with us traveling now and getting together with some of these guys and, having them, reiterate what it meant to be a part of our organization and appreciating that we did things the way we did back then.
That's great.
Oh, go ahead, Dan.
I was gonna say that's great. And I'm gonna say, Dan, you are 2 weeks in a row. So I got two guys because we're gonna have our own little conference on youth sports, and definitely want to invite you right now because I got problems with it, and I think you alluded to some of them early. There are a lot of, I got a buddy of mine, and I'm going to try to get him on too, but his son plays, and I think he's in one of the higher leagues in North Carolina. So he's an all-star kid, 12 years old. 60 games in the summer. I'm like, dude, that's a professional schedule, man. Like, who 66, right? Why are you? What is the use of 60 games as a 12-year-old? And I'm not mad because there's money to be made. I just saw someone TV. Bryce Harper at 12 years old was 6'1", 40 pounds. So, those kids, they can be, big and strong and fast and all of that. But at some point in time, you want to kind of figure out, how does that help the kid playing that many games in a summer? At what point in time is it a situation where you're not going to get any better because you're not working on your craft? Like you got a game every day for a summer. Like, are you going to get any better? So, and there's a lot of sports like that. And that's a lot of parents. I'm not saying that they're wanting their kids to be pros, but there's a lot of hubris that's not there. A lot of folks, their egos. My son Johnny is the best here, or my daughter's the best softball, and no one gets a scholarship at 12.
Right.
Not a real scholarship.
Right.
Sometimes schools throw things out, but those are not committable scholarship offers. Right. Sometimes schools just do that. So, I don't know why they do it, but they've done it. But I said that to say that I definitely would like to speak to you and get your input on that, because for doing it for that long, you've probably seen, to quote a phrase from Clint Eastwood, the good, the bad, and ugly of sports, and help break down some of the divisions or some of the leagues and what's the difference between the little league and this one and that one, and this one is 90 feet and this one's 30 feet, and what that turns into, or does it all just funnel into being a high school? And maybe as a high school baseball player, that that's the way we grew up. If you're a good high school ball player, you could probably get drafted, or someone could see you, or you could go to college, or you can do those things. But
I'm sorry, somebody's sound is just cutting out a little bit. Just trying to figure out who that is. I'm sorry, D. I didn't mean to cut you like that.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was saying that our age group, it was high school ball. And if you were good there, then you could do some other things. But little league games are fine. Pony league games are fine. But it wasn't a big deal. Parents weren't screaming and yelling and, fighting umps and things like that because there was nothing to be gained other than the skill level of your kids. So I definitely want to talk to you about that. And if you can just really quick expound upon what you see now and good, bad, or ugly. We can talk about the grown guys in a minute, but like, what about that sticks in your craw, if anything, right now with youth baseball?
I think the big thing is just, parents and coaches, first and foremost, because the kids learn from them. I think not being able to keep things in perspective, that at the end of the day, if, you lose a weekend tournament, at the end of the day, as a 12-year-old, 13-year-old, 14-year-old, it's not the end of the world, and I think that's the biggest thing. And I don't, over my 30 years, like I could see the decline of, how coaches and parents were approaching the game. And I wish I had an answer as to what triggered that. But it definitely wasn't a good trajectory. It was a lot more parental involvement, which again isn't bad on the surface if you keep it in perspective. I just know from when I was playing, if I had an issue with one of my coaches and I went to my parents and complained about it, like their response would be, well, you need to talk to your coach as to why you're not on the field more, or why you think you should be on the field more and you're not. Where nowadays that conversation is a completely different conversation. It's mom and dad are on the phone with the coach, and and there's parents who, not only may they be unhappy about, whether Johnny or Susie is in the game, but even if they're in the game, instead of playing second base, they should be playing shortstop. Instead of playing right field, they should be playing center field. Instead of batting seventh, they should be batting third, and like not understanding, when you go back to those life lessons, like, there's lessons in being the number 7 hitter, there's lessons in being the number 9 hitter, and that's one of the beauties of the game of baseball. And, one of the things I love so much is it drives home teamwork so much, other sports, when the game's on the line, you can get the ball into your best player's hands. When Emmitt Smith was playing and the game's on the line, they're drawing up a play to get the ball in his hands.
Correct.
In basketball, going back to the Bulls, you're drawing up a play to get the ball in MJ's hands and the game is on the line. In baseball, if you come up and you're down a run with runners on second and third and your number 9 hitter is coming to the plate, like you can't call timeout and say, wait, we're going to throw number 4 into this spot because he's our best hitter, So you're either living and dying with your number 9 hitter, or you're going to take a chance on a pinch hitter who, was just
might be cold.
Right. Might be cold. He's been sitting on the bench.
Right.
And, that's the beauty of baseball. And there's so many life lessons to be learned just in that alone. So, I don't know if I actually answered your question or not, DA, but
no, you did, because I think the life lessons is where we miss, right? Like and I'm not, like I said, we'll expound on this a lot more, but when I was a kid, your spot was where the coach said your spot was.
Yes.
Right. So you got to be a cleanup hitter by hitting.
Yep.
Period. Right. That's how you got to be a cleanup hitter, is by hitting. You get to start on the football field by practicing hard, doing well. Right. Like, you don't tell the coach, yo, I'm a running back. No, you are.
Oh no! Yes, they do. Now they do.
Now you can.
Now they do.
Oh yes, they are. They're telling you.
We all were tackling dummies until we were good enough to tackle.
No, they will go home now.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine, because even when I was a kid, you had people like that, and we didn't really need you, right? Because you were kicking rocks when we practiced anyway.
Yeah, you are out of touch, bro.
Yeah. They will cancel. They're gonna cancel your whole program, DA. I'm telling you, they're gonna.
listen, yes, they
Five
probably.
hundred one C is down the drain, bro.
Well, the thing is, yeah, because a lot of people don't want to learn, especially in baseball, because you can't win right away, right? It takes a little league team 4 years of kids cycling in and out, getting good enough, playing together to even be a pretty decent team. Like, so if you're just joining the team, you join the team to get better on your own, and as a team get better, but you got to have some patience. It's just like in the MLB. Remember years ago, fellas, I said about the Astros before they started winning? I said, they are 2 years away. And then they were actually a year ahead of schedule then. Now, that's, we didn't know about the garbage cans and whatnot.
Yeah, bang on the trash cans, bro. Yeah.
Didn't know about that, but the reality is that.
Hey, you got to let them live, man. Come on. Yeah. They going to hold them against this garbage can?
I am fine. I'm fine. But I was just saying that I saw them coming. Like, I saw the Altuves, and they had another 4 guys there that are different than the guys that are there now that are starting. And this, you're talking about 5-6 years ago. And I was like, wow. And you could see it coming together, man. And that's why I feel bad about my Padres. I thought it was coming together, but maybe next year it will. And I'll have my brown hat back on with the Padres, right? But reality is it takes time in baseball to become a good team. And even at the professional level, it really, really does. So I think we'll wait and see. And what's up, Ryan and Dan?
What's up, man?
I thank you, and let's get to this thing here last night because I'm telling you, I'm Phillies. It's over.
D, let me just ask Dan this one thing before we jump into the Phillies. Hey, the journey of your mother's son. Explain that real quick before we go to the Phillies.
So the journey of my mother's son's the title of my podcast, and it's the title of my second book. And the reason for that title is, what my wife and I are doing now, living in an RV full time, is somewhat inspired by my mother, who back in the 80s took an old 1967 Plymouth Valiant, took the back seat out of it, put a sheet of plywood in there and a mattress, and kind of turned it into a quasi RV and traveled all around the country, did all kinds of volunteer work. She volunteered with hurricane relief efforts. She volunteered at Ground Zero after 9/11, and just met all kinds of amazing people. And so the title of my podcast, title of my second book, are really a way to keep her legacy alive with what we're doing. Because I learned so much from her while she was here, and it's just my way of, again, like I said, keeping her legacy alive.
God bless, man. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
I'm a mom boy too, so.
Yeah, awesome. Same here. That's great. And how long have you been podcasting now with this?
So this particular show I started in early 2020, January of 2020, right before we had sold everything, when we knew we were going to be doing this. But I had been podcasting since 2012 for my organization. So we would bring in alumni and sponsors and kind of pitch upcoming events and just, again, give our alumni an opportunity to talk about those life lessons that they had learned in real time. We'd have current players on our show as well, and it was a little different format than what I do now. I mean, basically those shows were anywhere from like a 10 to 15 minute interview, so a little bit of a short format. But I really enjoyed it. So when I knew I was going to be leaving the organization and setting out on this new journey, I'd talked to our producer at the time and said, this is one of the things I want to do is to, continue to podcast and tell the stories of the people that we meet on the road. And, because I thought that, again, thinking back to my mom, when she had passed away, we had an opportunity to, read her journals, and, we got letters from so many people that she had met and just had short little interactions with, that she made a huge impact on their lives. And, I said to my producer, Tony, at the time, I was like, I can only imagine if my mom would have had this same platform of social media and podcasting when she was traveling, to be able to tell some of these stories in real time, as opposed to us, looking through her journals and getting these letters, somewhat after the fact. So that was one of the reasons I just love storytelling and love, talking to people and telling their stories. And, the guests I have, I mean, it's a wide range of, people who are life coaches to, some of my former players. When we get together, we generally do a podcast, former, big leaguers I've had, former Olympic softball players I've had on the show, and then just people we've met in campgrounds who have, amazing stories that, can be very inspirational to people. So, it's kind of a multifaceted show. It's not a niche like you guys have where it's just sports or something, but right. I love being able to get guys on and talk sports again, because, when you've done it for 30 years, even though you're not doing it anymore, it doesn't leave your blood. It's always in your blood.
That's beautiful, because it's bigger than sports, and it's relatable. That you can tie that bridge for folks. Yep. What your mom did, with what you're doing, and where we all need to go. It's just as far as being humans and reaching out to help each other. So yep. it's not just sports; it's definitely bigger than sports. So
no doubt.
No, when Dan reached out to me, and I was like, "Hey, let's talk some baseball. Let's talk about his journey." And Dan's up there showing that Red Sox cup. He did that on purpose, though.
I'm not gonna hold it against him, but I got
the last place Red Sox this year, though.
That is true. That is
true. That. But now we connected, man. We talked, and hey, man, he's doing a wonderful job. And when 30 years of dealing with youth, that is a amazing achievement in itself. My hat's off to you, because that's a very tough job. But you got to love to do that. Also, you got to love to do it, and you can clearly see that you love to do that. And I so appreciate you coming on real quick before we had to cut on to basketball. Your thoughts on the National League and American League World Series?
So, you mean, championship round.
Championship series. Excuse me. Yes. Yes.
So again, being a Pennsylvania guy, I am a diehard Red Sox fan, but the Phillies are, obviously my National League team. We are from Eastern Pennsylvania originally, so certainly pulling for the Phillies in the National League. And with the Red Sox not in it, one of my former players is actually the assistant general manager for the Astros, so I got to be pulling for the Astros in the American League.
You got an Astro fan up here, yeah. Oh yeah, brother Ryan there, yeah.
Yeah, so he, I got to definitely be pulling for my boy Andrew for sure. He's got one ring. Last year was his first year with the organization. He was with the Angels prior to that. So I'd love to see him get another ring, but if it's them and the Phillies, it's really a no-lose situation for me at that point. So
win-win.
Awesome.
Hoping it's another Phillies Astros series.
Okay, so you pulling for the Phillies?
It will be. Let me tell you, the Astros might not lose another game in this series.
All right, Kev, cut
against Texas.
He must be coming from the bar.
Let them get him on. Scherzer was bad last night, man.
All right, remember how Phillies jumped on the Astros in the World Series, right?
Yes, sir.
That was a year ago.
Yeah, it's a year ago.
This was the NBA guy that's coming on here, Dan.
I do it all, bro. I do it all. Come on.
As a Red Sox fan, I know you can be down 3-0 and still come back and win it.
There you go, Dan. It's time to
That's right.
Being down 2-1.
Exactly.
Boy, it was really good meeting you, Dan.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dan, you're in last place, you got to hold on to 04 when you're in last place.
Oh, no doubt, Dan. Dan, where can our people find you at? And all your stuff will be in our description box. But where can we find you at on social media or anything?
Easiest spot is to go to my website, which is journeymymotherson.com or danclouser.com. They both go to the same page. All my social media links are there. Links to my podcast, links to any of my books are available there. We talked about my second book. My first book is called The Beauty of a Diamond Through the Eyes of a Coach, which really talks about my 30 years of coaching and teaching those life lessons. So for sports guys, for baseball guys out there, I think that's a great book not just about baseball, but about life as well. So everything can be found on the website. Again, journeymymotherson.com or danclouser.com, and you can find everything about me on there.
Gotcha. We'll make sure that we'll put those we'll put those links in the site. Yeah, we'll get that. Dan, it's been a pleasure. We're going to invite you back. Like DA is going to put on this symposium of youth coaches. He will be in contact with you. That's his baby. That's what he's going to do, man. But Dan, it's been a pleasure meeting you. And
Absolutely.
yes, we're going to have to have you come back on here again and talk more baseball. And like I said, the DA will have you back on when we do this youth symposium coaching thing, man. Thank you so much, Dan. I got to give you some applause again. There you go.
All right.
Thank you guys for having me. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, love talking sports anytime I can.
Thank you so much. He's Dan Clouser. Dan, thank you so much, Dan. We'll talk to you in a little bit, brother. Thank you so much.
Right. See ya.
Take care.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dan. Man, that's great, man. Like I said, we talk all sports. We talk youth. We talk pro sports. And it's good. We had two. We had a soccer. We had Pete last week, and now we had Dan. Who talks baseball, man. So that was really great to do. And we'll dive a little bit more into baseball. But hey, it's NBA season. What? I'm sorry.
Hold on. Yeah. But I was saying about that, what's good about him.
Yes.
And about a lot of these coaches that they're pouring into these young kids. And, out of, as a time as now, we need, it takes, other guys or other people, other men to help, bridge the gap with some of these kids, man. So, I mean, kudos to him.
That's awesome, man.
It's not easy. I know that much.
It's not
easy. So, but the way parents are now, man, listen, I don't know if I could do it today, but yeah.
I know. I wouldn't want you to do it. Nope. Yeah, I can see it now. Ain't no way. What does that mean? Say ain't no way, boy.
Ain't no way, boy.
Ain't no way.
Yeah, I get a phone call. Yo, Kev. Like, where you at, bro? Yo, man, I'm in.
Tell Terrell, right? Call Rhonda. But the funny thing is this, right? So, and I'm gonna stop on this because this is probably where there's a lot of divergence in youth sports on total, right? Is that I always appreciated, like when I was in New York, when my son played for the Gauchos, right? Because they were a fully funded program. National, this was back in the day, national program, Rod Strickland, all the pros, a lot of the pros from New York City played there. Why? Because you didn't pay money for your kid to play. So parents would come at the coaches or come at, why my son's not playing? Your son ain't good enough to play right now. Okay, go, because you're not paying me anything. Nike pays for this. You can leave now. If you're not playing, you don't want to play, you're mad, you can go. The problem that a lot of I've seen, at least moving down to North Carolina, and when you pay money for your son to play on the team, any team, a daughter to be on the team, there's an expectation of the coaches and their organization that one, your child's going to play, and two, that you're going to teach that child how to play. So there's a contract with the coaches that, most coaches, youth coaches, don't understand the second part about teaching the kids to get better and finding a way to get everybody a chance to play if you're paying. But if, when Dorian Jr. was 7 years old and we went to the Gauchos tryout and there were 2 million kids in that gym and he made the team, after that, he wasn't paying any money. There was no more, and I was playing because when D didn't play well, the A squad to the B squad, nothing I could say to my son other than, yo, dog, you got to get it in if you want to go play with the A squad again.
Right.
And if you want to go up there and play with Dingle again, you're gonna have to, go, get it in. And that's the life lesson. But like I said, man, baseball, all the other sports. If Kev has a son and Kev's son's not good enough to play, but Kev has a lot of money, Kev started his own team.
That's true.
Right. That's not right. It's not right. So that's all. Let's get to something, man.
Gotcha. Ryan's here with the NBA. I'm pretty sure he's going to start off with the WNBA. So Ryan,
Man, don't even get me started with this WNBA stuff, man. I'm pissed off.
Okay, well, Ryan's here. Go ahead.
And you know,
Yeah,
I don't get pissed off much when I talk about WNBA. When I talk about WNBA, I support my ladies, man. I love it. But that was some BS last night, man.
You didn't like the way they was making fun of them women after they won that. You didn't like the way
they trolled them. And the reason why they were trolling them, because the Liberty
trolled them.
Right. So exactly. So now let me put it in perspective for everybody. The Aces are down Candace Parker for the whole playoffs.
Yep.
No Candace Parker for the whole playoffs. An all-time great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, who still has a lot of game. She's out of the starting lineup. Tia Stokes is in the starting lineup. All right. The Aces blow them away in the first 2 games.
Yeah.
In Vegas, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They go
Game
back.
3.
They go back to game 3, and Liberty had Liberty. You know, they showed up. Stewie didn't play good though. Stewie was very inefficient. Sabrina Ionescu played okay, and then she was over there. Every time she made a 3, she's giving a night, all this stuff. I mean, you down. You're down 2-0. You win a game, okay? They win a game. Game 3, they win. Game 4 and game 3, the best point guard in the league, all right? Chelsea Gray gets hurt. So she's out. Best point guard in the game. She was the finals MVP last year. Okay, so now there's no Chelsea Gray and no Candace Parker. Not only that, their backup to Candace Parker, who was starting, Tia Stokes, she's out of the game. They're down 2 starters. And the Liberty actually lost that game last night in New York. Come on, man. Oh, come on. And I gotta blame Stewie. She was the MVP. She was the MVP of the league. Okay. And she did not show up. I think she was like 3 for 17, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Very inefficient. I'm so disappointed. I was so excited for a game 5. I picked the Liberty in 5. No, in 4. I picked the Liberty in 4. Because they didn't have Candace Parker. And you lose. I'm sorry, guys. I'm venting right now. I'm in the car.
That's fine. Go.
I'm pissed off.
Keep going.
You lose game 4 on your home court after you given the whole sleep sign and all that stuff, and you lose a game.
Ryan,
come on, man. Without three starters.
Ryan, those girls on the Aces last night sound like Richard Pryor after the game, all the beeping and
right.
Wow.
And the reason why they did that is because the Liberty players, they were all selling out after they won game 3. They were selling out, and after they found out that Chelsea Gray was out, they just thought they had it on right. I did too. I can't believe that the Aces won that game with down 3 starters, bro. 3 starters in New York. And it's in Brooklyn, right? I think they play in Brooklyn.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
Same thing? Okay, I know. All right. Right. Yeah, but it ain't Madison Square Garden, but it was live in there, man.
Yeah,
it was all kind of stars in there. It was live. And I can't believe, and I gotta put that solely on the MVP of the league. Rightfully so. You could have went with Asia as the MVP. You could have went with DT as the MVP from Connecticut. And you can't go wrong with Stewie. I'm not saying Stewie didn't deserve it, but bro, she did not show up in these playoffs. She was highly inefficient. 3 for 17 last night. She did other things. She rebounded the ball, but they needed her to score, and she did not do that. And now they're going home. And I had my calendar all. I was ready for game 5 on Friday night, man. I'm mad as hell.
Hey, but Brian, that girl was in Asia. she went left the whole game, and no one ever tried to cut her left hand off. Like, I mean, right?
She was going left, and then she did a hezzy and went right and scored. She was on her game last night. Asia was on her game. Hey, and Dawn Staley was in the building, selling out.
Yes, she was.
Dawn was in there representing, man. So
the funny thing I saw last night, I just want to say this, Ryan. The funny thing I saw last night at the end of the game when they won and they're celebrating.
Yeah,
Mark Davis is up there doing the gritty.
Oh, he was wilding out, man. Hey, and like DA said, man, they were dropping F-bombs in the post-game conference. The one girl who came off the bench, who never plays, she contributed and she was selling out, man. She's like, night, because they're doing all that whole night after game 3. They was selling out, and I was here for it. Good for them.
It was dead serious, though. They dead serious with that.
Dead serious. The Liberty choked, man. They choked. The New York Liberty choked, and I'm very disappointed.
Oh, they're gonna have to get it back next year. Maybe they won't be nighting so much.
You heard what Kelsey Plum said. She said, we were bad for 4 years, and we came together and we built this. It's like you can't build a super team in 6 months, and that was a shot at the New York Liberty.
Yep.
Yep.
Remember this year free agency, they went all in. They did some old Yankees Red Sox.
They got everybody.
Yeah, and it did not work.
And it did not work, bro. It did not work.
So what do you do next year?
I wouldn't say it did not work. I mean, they got to the finals. They were number 2 seed.
Yeah.
So they were number 2 seed, but the Aces are just, well coached with Becky Hammond, well coached, seasoned, and they just believe, man. They believe. You can tell last night, and you can tell the Liberty got real tight because they jumped on them. They were up 14, and they walked them down.
Let me tell you something. The little bit that I did watch, the Liberty, the Aces only scored 13 points in the first quarter, right?
Right.
And
That's my point.
13 points in the first quarter. This is some trash. So I turned it. I was watching.
Hey, come on, man! You acting like NBA teams don't be scoring at low scores sometimes, man. It happens.
It's rare. It's rare.
It's rare. Hey, but to their credit, man, they only played 10 minutes quarters, not 12. So
I'm not going to totally take a dump on them, Ryan. I'm just saying.
Please, thank you, bro.
What I seen.
I just dumped on them, man. I just dumped on them.
Yeah. I'm not going to add no more.
Please, I appreciate that, brother.
The Liberty stands for the next year Liberty. Next year,
man.
Maybe next year.
Wow, but, I can't believe it, man.
Yeah, well, this is the first repeat or what? Back to back.
Yeah, since the Sparks, since the Spark with Lisa Leslie.
Okay.
The first there was two repeats. Well, actually, the Comets won the first. The Houston Comets won the first 4.
Okay.
Won the first 4, and then the Liberty had back to back in the early 2000s. And a side note, it would have been good to see the Liberty win because they're one of the few original teams that haven't won.
And they're have not won. Yep.
Right, and they're 0-6 in the finals, bro. 0-6.
Got to be some type of curse in New York.
Man, bro. So disappointed. I was so looking forward to
that Teresa Weatherspoon bank shot that she hit in the first finals. Remember that?
Oh yeah, that was game 2, I believe.
I remember because me and D-Dub was watching in the basement house in Brooklyn, and we couldn't believe it when she hit that thing. I was like, wow.
Right. It was game 2, and she hit it because at that time it was the best 2 out of 3.
Correct.
The Comets won. Yeah, the Comets won, and then she hit that half court shot, and then yeah, man. And then but the Comets were loaded, man. Cynthia Cooper, Cheryl Swoops, Tina Thompson. My God, they were loaded. Yeah, man. And so in the Liberty, they had Witherspoon, Rebecca Lobo. So they had a team too. But yeah, man, 0-6 in the finals, bro. 0-6 in the finals.
So can I get an NBA question, bro?
Yes, sir. Let's go, man. Let's go to the NBA, brother.
Eating on the court during the game with a plate a chicken plate from the
DA.
back.
Wait, what happened?
What the hell was
Oh,
that, man?
Ryan obviously didn't see it.
yo, you didn't see your boy?
I was still heated from last night. WNB. What happened?
I'm
I'm gonna let DA break it down. DA, go ahead, break it down.
DA.
LeBron James is on the side of the court, not playing with a plate while people are playing the game.
Who?
LeBron. I said, when the heck did we start eating during the game?
Bro, LeBron did that before. Remember he had wine? He was on the bench with wine, dog.
Well, now he had it. Now
Well,
he had
a full course meal. He had lobster and shrimp and
That's
everything else.
crazy.
And there's some Laker greats that took offense to that and saying that he doesn't not respecting the game.
What's his name? Cooper? Michael
I believe it's
Cooper?
Cooper.
Oh,
Is that
Michael
something?
Cooper.
Yeah,
I was basically just joking, man. But I it's something I'd never seen before, and I was like,
Yeah, tell Cooper. Tell
I'm
Cooper
sure
to sit his ass down.
I'm
Michael
sure
Cooper.
I just didn't. I wasn't aware that we were doing that now. That's all.
Hey, wait, he was dressed to play or
No.
okay. I don't really care about it. Now if he was in his uniform, now I'll say, but nah, if he was
Hey, that's what's happening next. So that's what's going down next. So
right, yeah,
No,
I might
so-
come next.
What happened was he played. I guess he got dressed and then he came
Yeah.
back to the court, and that's when he got served his lobster bits or whatever he had. I don't know. I'm just paraphrasing.
Good for him. He was hungry.
So he
It's
played.
LeBron. It's LeBron. Leave him alone. He all right. Everybody just trying to nitpick on LeBron.
Eat in the locker room? Like there's something wrong? All right. All right, let's go to this playoff thing here, man.
Well, before we get there, James Harden, can you expound a little bit on
Yeah.
what's going on with that situation?
Ryan, I'm over this.
I sent you this already. Y'all know what this is.
Hey,
It's love.
listen.
Oh,
Y'all know that I'm the biggest James Harden Houston Rockets apologist. All right. I
Okay.
can't defend him on this.
Nope.
I defended him earlier. I defended him earlier because Daryl Morey reneged on him 3 times, bro. 3 times.
this is worse.
He was supposed to sign. He was supposed to sign a big contract and he didn't. They told him to hold off so they can sign PJ Tucker and Daniel House and get some other players. He did that. Then at the end of the season, they were supposed to give him his contract, his max deal, and they didn't do it. Right?
Okay.
So now he's pissed. So now they reneged on that. So now Morey told him, okay, opt into your deal, and then we'll trade you because since you only have you're like a free agent or whatever, we're not gonna get that much for you because if you don't opt into your deal. He opts in, and he thought he was going to the Clippers, and it never happened.
Well, they wasn't going to give man to them. So
Right, correct.
They were, that kid's good. So
Right. So basically, they're both playing themselves. Daryl Morey and James Harden are both playing themselves. One, Harden should have knew he only had literally 2 options. If not going to Philly, it was either Houston, going back to Houston, but then he blew that in the interview. I don't know if y'all heard this. James Harden went to Houston and sat down in free agency and told them, hey, I want to come home and be the James Harden of Houston and lead the league in scoring. And they're like, what? Lead the league in scoring? Man, you better start passing.
yeah, well, listen, I'm tired. Listen, that fool there. I got real talk.
Yeah.
It's a bad situation.
It's a horrible situation because now he's back in Houston now after he didn't get traded because, like you said, DA, they didn't want to give up the pick and Terrence Mann. So Daryl Morey's no fool. That one thing about Daryl Morey is he's not going to lose in a trade. He might lose in this one, but he's not going to lose by much. He's not going to give up James Harden for nothing. He'd rather have Harden on the team and not playing before he does that. He's not going to cut off his nose to spite his face. That's the term, right? That's the term.
Yeah, that's you right.
Yeah. It's something like that. Right. Something. He's not going to do that. He has too much pride to do that. So he's not going to let James Harden go for free. So Harden played himself because he only had 2 options. Go back to Houston, get traded to the Clippers, or stay in Philly. and now both of those options might be gone.
I just think, man, it's like with Patrick Ewing back in the Diz A's. Embiid has to just, listen, man, go to Moore and be like, take care of this now. I don't care what you do. We need to get this situation rectified now because we need players. We need help. So if he's not going to be here to help, then we need him to go. Because what you're doing is wasting my career. And the next time I get a chance to opt out, then I'm out of here.
That's a fact,
So
DA.
what I need to do is get this together because I am the MFN MVP. So let's get this pulled together.
All right.
Get somebody else in here. Right? I lost my man Tobias. I lost this, lost that. Let's go. Right?
Well,
right now.
Right. What I'm hearing, DA, they want man. Clippers are not giving him man. They're gonna give him what the Marcus brother and gosh, guys, I forgot the guy's name. Jesus, it's on the tip of my tongue. And Daryl Moore is like, you got to be out your mind, bro. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, not for
But
Marcus.
the fact that he goes and interviews, right, and doesn't have enough self-awareness to be like, he's going to a younger team, and he's
to Rockets,
and he wants to be the scorer
with a bunch of scorers. You got Jalen Green, you got Jabari Smith. They want you to facilitate,
which leads me to believe he doesn't. To me,
doesn't
care about winning, bro. He doesn't care.
He doesn't want
He's pocketed $370 million
right,
over his career. And I'm not counting his pockets.
Right,
I'm just saying,
I am.
I will,
as a fan,
right.
This is sickening, bro.
Okay, I will say this on his behalf, though. I will say this. Okay, when he demanded trade out of Houston, I understood why he did it. When he got to Brooklyn, he sacrificed a lot. He led the league in assists. He was the point guard in there, and he was so he was playing the right way. And
I'll give you that one.
He was playing the right way.
I'll give you Brooklyn.
Right, he was playing the right way. And then when Kyrie started acting weird, he's like, I got to get the hell up out of here.
I definitely, I'm with you on that one. Okay.
To his credit, to his credit, he saw that before it even happened. He's like, nah, I'm getting ahead of this. Get me out of here. Now, okay. In Philly, in the playoffs,
he quit.
He basically he won game 1 for them when Embiid didn't play. He had 40, he had 44, and then in game 4 he had 43. So he did his thing. When do we start blaming Joel Embiid? Where was Joel Embiid to win 2 games?
Facts.
When do we start blaming Joel Embiid? Not Harden.
Harden is old. Like, what you expect him to do? Score 30 every game?
Right. He won 2 games for you already.
I expect him to get the ball. I expect him to get the ball to the big man. That's what he does, right?
He did.
He did.
And then what? Like those last 2 games. Nothing.
He did give the ball to him.
Let me hold on. Go ahead. All right, y'all go ahead. Let me see. Hold on.
I mean,
my memory is a little bit fuzzy.
Remember, the games they lost is the games where he didn't score a lot. He still had his assist totals. Embiid scored, I think, 17 points in game 7.
Come on, man.
17. The MVP.
Come on, dog. Come on, man.
Wait a minute. Well, I don't think he should have been an MVP, but that's a whole nother story. But
that ain't got nothing to do with it. He was the MVP. He was voted MVP. Whether people believe it or not, he was.
That's just mine. That's
it's
mine.
That's fine. It's a regular season award. He deserved the MVP.
Because the time he did play the Joker head to head, he busted Joker's ass that last year.
Yeah, he had 48 on the Joker.
Yeah, he head to head he killed him. So,
but he did ditch him though the last game when he was supposed to play.
I was just about to say that, but that's
he broke out, should play. But
okay.
Ryan, how do you fix this though? How you Daryl Morey? How do you fix this?
One thing, like I said, Kev, one thing I know about Daryl Morey, he is not going to get fleeced in a deal. He is not. He'd rather have James Harden stay away and not get traded without him getting something back in return that he values, whether it's picks, whether it's assets, a young player. He is not going to trade James Harden for a Morris twin and some and a pick swap. He's just not going to do it. So either
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Halliburton.
So it's going to be on James Harden, because what's going to happen is if James Harden don't report, he's going to lose his money. Every check.
Yeah.
He's going to get fined. And I want to hear, oh, he already has a lot of money. There's one thing about rich people. They want more money.
Indeed.
They want more. He's not going to sit back and lose every game. He's losing $500,000. You kidding? He ain't doing that.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to suck it up and play.
Yeah,
because remember, Kev, this is not the Houston situation where he had 3 more years on his deal. He's on a 1-year deal, so he has to show himself, and kudos to him. James Harden did go back to camp, and he was a good soldier. He wasn't pouting, but now he left because he knew the trade fell apart. And that's why he's in Houston. So how you fix it, Kev? You know, like DA said, maybe you just trade him to get him out of here to make Embiid happy. But is that gonna make Embiid happy? Embiid's probably like, man, hell no, like, is that gonna bring me closer to a title, bringing in mediocre players because James Harden's pissed off? Forget that. Like you said, he might demand a trade. And there's one thing about Daryl Morey. Okay, if Embiid demands a trade, he'll be like, cool. What can I get for him? He is the equivalent of a GM who plays fantasy basketball, bro.
Yeah.
Ryan's been on fire tonight,
bro. I'm just like, I'm in the car. I'm driving home. I'm like, I gotta get on and talk and just get this crap off my chest, man. We didn't even get to the predictions, none of that stuff, because the New York Liberty want to choke it away.
Hey, you're right, man. Embiid? They said he scored 15 points in that
in game 7.
In that game 7, 5 of 18 shooting.
What he scored? 15.
15. He was 5 of 18.
I gave him 17. I gave him an extra 2 points.
Tobias Harris scored 19 points. I'm trying to find what the my main man do.
What Maxey do?
Yeah, hold on. I gotta dig a little bit deeper. But yeah, it's a mess, bro. It's a mess.
It's a mess. It's a mess. And
that's all I can say.
And Harden has no leverage, bro. He has none.
Zero
leverage.
The season's going this week.
He's going to have to play for Philly. Period. Watch.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to, because, bro, I really believe the Clippers really don't even want him that bad. If they can get him for peanuts, yeah, they'll do it. But if you're gonna give up Terrence Mann, they're like, nah, for what? He's 30. He's about to be 35.
Yeah, Terrence Mann is the future.
Right. Not only that, you can't count on Kawhi and Paul George. Them dudes stay on the bench hurt.
That's the fact.
Kawhi was in Boulder.
Yeah.
Yeah. The NBA season starts next week. Next Tuesday, to be exact. The first game is the Lakers and Nuggets, of course.
Yes, the rematch of the Western Conference Finals.
And then you got Phoenix against Golden State, Atlanta. Phoenix versus Golden State. That's the first 2 games on Tuesday. Ryan, I know you haven't said you wanted to do your predictions. What are some of your predictions? Like I said, we're just going
to. Hey, Kev, can I try something again? You know, I step in now and again.
Come on, DA, give it to me, DA. I'm on fire tonight.
Nah, we good. This is what we're gonna do. Because I was doing this the last few days with my boys, right? So,
yeah, moving the camera, bro. We can't see you.
Yeah, there I go. Right, I'm good. All right,
yeah, you good now? Yes, sir.
All right, so now look, we're gonna go to the conferences, right? And we're gonna name the 8 teams that'll make it from each conference. I'm gonna name a team, and you'll go a thumbs up, a thumbs down.
That's gonna make the playoffs in the conference.
Yes, each conference, right? So the East Conference. You ready?
Yep.
Washington Wizards.
Thumbs down.
Okay. Toronto Raptors. OG out there. OG out there now.
Yeah, they lost Van Vliet.
Yeah.
They're going to be around 9-10 and fight for the play-in.
Okay. All right. Boston Celtics.
Of course. They're probably they're a top of 1 or 2, 3 seed. Easy.
Okay. Atlanta Hawks.
Yes, they'll make the playoffs. I like the Hawks. They'll fight for the play-in, but I think they'll get in.
Okay, all right. Orlando Magic.
Oh, they have a nice young squad. They have a nice young squad, but I'm going to say no.
All right, because only 8 make it now.
Yeah. How many we got so far?
You only got Boston and Atlanta.
Okay.
Brooklyn Nets.
Yes. Brooklyn will make it.
Wow. Okay, that's 3.
Yeah. I like Brooklyn.
Milwaukee Bucks.
Of course. Giannis,
Okay.
Dame, Giannis now getting Dame. Yeah.
Miami Heat.
Yes. The culture.
Okay, all right.
Hey,
Detroit
hold on real quick on the Heat. I think Tyler Hero is going to have a nice season. Watch Tyler Hero. Yeah.
All right, I just want to reiterate here. We got Boston, Atlanta. You said
Yep.
Milwaukee
Mm-hmm.
and Miami.
Yep.
That's 1, 2, 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
You only got 3 spots left, brother. All right. Just so you
Yep. I got you.
Detroit Pistons.
Hell no.
Damn. Indiana.
Oh, the Pacers. The Pacers. They'll be the Pacers. They'll be fighting for that play-in.
Okay.
Right around the play-in.
Now it gets hard. All right. So
Yeah.
now we got Philly.
Philly, yes. They'll still make the playoffs. Yeah, of course.
Charlotte will be in jail.
Yeah,
Right.
Charlotte, no.
All right. So now we know you only got 2 teams. You only got 1 team left, right? So we got Boston, right? Atlanta.
The
Brooklyn.
Knicks are gonna make it.
Okay, Milwaukee. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
The Heat, right? You said Philly, right? You got the Knicks. So I guess the last team is going to be Cleveland.
Cleveland will make it. Yes.
And Chicago will be on the outside looking in.
Yeah, they'll be in the play-in. I think they're gonna end up trade. They're gonna trade. They're gonna have a fire sale come the deadline and retool.
Well, the old boy, he didn't want to go anywhere, right? Levine, right? Zach. I mean,
it's not that he didn't want to go anywhere. He wanted to go to the right situation. I know the Heat had interest, but after they missed out on Dame, but yeah, I think Zach is gone. I think they're gonna end up trading DeRozan as well. I think they're gonna start over.
Boy,
Because what happened was Lonzo Ball, before he got hurt, remember 2 years ago before he got hurt, the Chicago Bulls were #1 seed at one point.
Yeah, no, he's killing.
Yeah. So without him, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And he's out for the season again.
Yeah, no, he's done. I unfortunately, I think the brother's his career is probably done. So
Yeah.
it's not
Man.
something you say lightly, but I don't think that he's going to be able to come back. All right, so let's jump out west. Now, this is what's going to happen, Ryan. Somebody's not going to make it. Somebody's going to step back. Somebody's going to step up. So let's start with Minnesota Timberwolves.
Oh no, they're gonna make it.
Okay.
They're gonna be a top 4 seed.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I think Ant-Man is the best player in the league, personally, but that's me.
And
Golden
there you
State
go.
Warriors.
They'll make it, but I don't like what they did, man. I don't like them getting Chris Paul. They got smaller and slower.
Yeah.
Now they got better IQ, but dog, IQ is only going to take you so far, and you can't count on him being healthy.
Not past game 3.
Nope.
Okay. Houston Rockets, of course. I know.
I love my Rockets. They're gonna have vast improvement with Van Vliet, Dylan Brooks. They brought in some good veterans. They'll be at the play-in, but they won't make the playoffs.
Okay, cool. Utah Jazz. They started off hot last year now.
They started off hot last year. Utah Jazz. I say Utah Jazz. I say they get in.
Oh, cool. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Phoenix Suns.
Of course. Top 3 seed.
LA Clippers.
Yes.
I know you're going to say yes to this team because it's my West team. Oklahoma City Thunder.
Everybody's high on them. They're talking about they're going to make the playoffs. I don't see it, bro. They're not making the playoffs.
Okay.
No, they're not making the play. They're going to fight for the play-in, and they're not going to get in. They're still very young. I mean, they got a good start with Shea, but they're still very young.
Yeah, Shea is something else though.
He's awesome.
Memphis Grizzlies.
Yes.
You think that 25 games they're going to be all right?
They'll be all right because they brought in Marcus Smart. They lost Dylan Brooks. They lost a backup point guard who was good for them. But I think they'll have enough to weather the storm until he gets back.
Okay. Denver Nuggets. Yes.
Of course, yeah. How many we got now? How many we got?
So you've given me the Timberwolves are in, Golden State's in, Phoenix, the Clippers.
That's 3.
That's 4. Because you said Minnesota, Golden State, Phoenix, and the Clippers. Right? You got Memphis, right? In. And Denver in. So you're already on 6.
I got 6.
3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah.
Okay.
6. All right. So the Wembeyamas are not going to make it.
No.
Right?
No.
All right. Now it gets hard. Now this gets hard because you got a possible. If we were playing bid which, you got a possible 3 right now.
All
right. So you got the Lakers.
They're in.
New Orleans Pelicans.
Rig. That's a good one.
Yeah.
New Orleans.
Yeah. Yep.
See the health of Zion. If Zion's on the court, there's something else, man. There were another team that was balling before he got hurt. I say they're in. They're gonna be. I say they're in.
All right. So you left out, right? You left out
Dallas.
You left out
Dallas.
Dallas.
Not making no damn playoffs, man.
And you left out Sacramento, and you're wrong on Sacramento because they're going.
No, Sacramento's going. I apologize. Sacramento's going.
Somebody got to drop out now.
Yeah. So
look, you got Minnesota, right? State, Phoenix, Clippers, Grizzlies, Denver, right? That's 6 right there.
Yes, 6 right there.
All right. 7, you got the Lakers. 8, you got the Pelicans.
Dallas is out.
Okay. Sacramento Kings.
Sacramento's in. I forgot about Sacramento. You took too long to name them.
Yeah, well, they're the last team on the thing, brother. They only won. They didn't win no games in the preseason. That's why they came in last because I'm reading it top to bottom. But
nah. Sacramento's in.
Okay, so that means Minnesota, Golden State, Phoenix Suns, LA Clippers, Memphis Grizzlies, Denver Nuggets, LA Lakers, or Pelicans will not make it because the Kings will make it. And I say, all right, not Memphis.
Oh man, if I have to take out a team, I'm taking out the Pelicans.
Wow. All right. Okay. All right, brother.
I think the Grizzlies are going. I think the Grizzlies will make it. I think Minnesota is going to make it. I would take out the Pelicans and put in Sac. Sac is on the rise. They're gonna, I think they're gonna build on being a top 4 seed that they were last year. So yeah.
All right. So Kevin, Darryl, your thoughts on Ryan's picks? Go ahead, rip them apart, fellas. Go ahead, go hard.
Well, first of all, I have to backtrack. I have to backtrack because I just it won't let me sit. It won't sit right. Your precious James Harden had 9 fucking points in Game 7 of last year's Eastern Conference Finals. 9. He scored 40 plus in Game 1 and Game 4.
Right.
So I'm just backtracking.
Yeah, but that's
what we said. He won 2 games for them.
His age, he won 2 games in a series. He won.
He by himself.
By himself.
Where's Embiid's 2
games?
And where did Embiid win his 2 games in that series?
So now we blaming Embiid.
No,
yes,
we
That's
are.
what it sounds like.
Yes, we are blaming Embiid.
Now we blaming we blaming
The MVP.
The MVP, yes, we're blaming him. The MVP cannot have 15 points in a game 7. By no
So what I'm saying is this. Okay, so what I'm saying is that why are we talking about Philadelphia? Because that team is done. That's over.
Because they still have time.
No way.
They still have Maxey. They still have Embiid. They still have Tobias Harris.
You just told me the MVP ain't shit.
No, come on now. No. To make the playoffs?
Argument.
We ain't saying win a championship. We're saying to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
To make the playoffs.
Yeah,
we talk about championships though. We got the MVP and we talking about champion. We should be talking about championships.
Right, but we're talking about the playoffs now. We're not talking about the championship. I don't pick them to win the championship.
You don't pick. Okay, so we ain't talk. So Phillies, they make the playoffs, but that's about it.
Yeah, of course.
Conference championship. That's it. Okay.
I don't even see no conference championship for them. They're not gonna make no fucking.
They haven't made a conference championship in years.
What, the Eastern Conference? That's what I'm just talking about. I'm just saying
they never made that. They haven't been there. They haven't even got to there. Much less a championship. They didn't even get to the conference championship.
Semifinals. Okay, they've been in semifinals. You're right. Okay. I'm back.
Listen, there's only going to be one team to win the championship. So, everybody else is the first loser after the championship team. But we're just saying what teams in each conference can make the playoffs. It's 8 and 8. So who can make the playoffs? That's all.
But what I'm saying is that team, the way it's structured right now, with this all this shit going on with them, you still think they're gonna make the playoffs?
Right? Yes, because Maxey's gonna have the ball more. If Harden's not there, Maxey's gonna have the ball more. Tobias is gonna get more shots. And you still have Embiid. So yeah, that's a good 3 to build around. To make the playoffs in the East. This is not the West.
Listen, man, I got an example, man. When my son played basketball, his coach said there was a kid that wanted to play. And his mother said, I want him to start. And the coach said, start over who? You give me a person he starts over, she'll start him. Right now. So, if you saying that Philly's out, who you putting in their place? That's all. Just like I told Ryan, I said, listen, if you want the Pelicans in, and shoot, now you're saying Sacramento.
Yeah, Sac is in there. Sac is in, bro.
Sacramento over
the Pelicans,
yeah. Because who did you just say this kid? Is he coming back to play?
Who's that?
Zion. I heard you say Zion. I was doing
200 pounds or something.
Right. No, like what I'm saying is, if Zion plays, they're a perennial playoff team, but he just doesn't play.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said what, DA? He lost weight?
Oh no, they said he for real down 220 something pounds, man.
Hell no, he looked fatter than ever when I saw him a couple of days ago.
I just saw him play.
I can't.
Shall see.
Yeah, but
I can't speak on it because I haven't watched nothing.
No.
Other than little plays here and little plays there, so I really can't speak on it. So
man, in Dallas is skinny right now.
Luka?
Who? Luka. Well, Luka. Yeah, we seen him.
Luka lost some weight,
but they still ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah.
It's just too many ball. The ball.
Not only that. I know. Not only that with Dallas, we had this conversation before the season ended when they went on that spiral. They trade all their defensive players.
Yeah.
They play no D. Like none.
Yeah. Yes. I don't know what they talking about in Dallas. I don't know. I don't see it.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, it's 8:48. We can do it again with you two guys, and you guys can say your teams, who you think gonna make it, who's not gonna make it. But I just,
I personally don't want to do it because I'm just sick. I just woke up this morning and heard this James Harden thing. I was like, yo, this dude has gotten. Why can't he just figure this out? I don't understand. It's just the ultimate. That's what I've been stuck on. So to ask me that, I will say this: Sacramento, one of the up and coming teams. I think they're going to make the West. They should make the West. I love how they did it last year. They took Golden State to the brink.
They were a top 4 team last year.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I like
we got to build on that.
What's going on in there? The East, I mean, everybody's saying Milwaukee and stuff like that. I'm not trying to, rain on their parade, man, but Dame don't play D. You know what I'm saying? So
I think it's Boston's to win, and I think this is their last. This might be their last hurrah, man.
Yeah, they better get it done this year. You're right.
Yeah. What'd you say, Ryan?
Well, the thing is with Boston, man. Even though they lost Marcus Smart, they got Drew in the trade. That's gonna help. But bro, losing Robert Williams. Losing the other Williams,
yeah, I agree.
They have no rim protection. If you think that Al Horford and Kristaps Porzingis is going to be enough in the front court,
they ain't gonna get it done. Yeah, I agree with you. But just the firepower between those other two wing.
It's not only that. You're gonna be contending with bigs, Giannis. Giannis, you're gonna be competing with if they do get to the finals, Joker, LeBron and AD. You're gonna be competing against bigs.
Whoa, slow down. Did you say LeBron and AD?
They went to the conference championship.
No, they're not getting LeBron and AD.
No, I'm just saying
I know you just mentioned their name. It stirs my spirit.
Yeah,
the Lakers did a lot of good things. The Lakers did a lot of good things this offseason, man. Cam Reddish,
D, stop.
Yeah, Cam Reddish. He's not even going to play, bro.
Me. Huh?
I guarantee he's going to play.
He's not even going to play on that team.
Oh my God.
DA, whoa, you went into that bag for that one, bro. I was like,
he said Cam Reddish, dog.
Hey,
and with confidence too.
I got a lot of confidence.
Say with your chest.
That goes back to my people in New Jersey. My agent people let me know what happened last year, why he didn't play, and why he's playing now. So the reason he didn't play with the Knicks and got cut was because of the coach. And there was some agent.
Yo, you gonna stop the Thibodeau slander? With this Thibodeau slander, bro.
That dude can't coach. Fuck him. Stop, nigga.
He was doing good. He was doing good.
He was doing good.
He was doing real
but that dude sucks, man. He's gonna do the same thing he did since he's been in the league. He's gonna play 6 dudes the whole season, get to the playoffs. Dude's gonna be tired, and then they're gonna get blown out by a team that only has 3 dudes. Does it every year since he had Derrick Rose. Stop playing, D-Dub. Give me another year when that didn't happen.
Yeah. Hey, man, I can't even argue. I can't argue with you with this.
No, you can't.
Yeah, you're right.
That I know. I hate that dude. He sucks.
Damn.
Man. Even the angry one said Tibbs got to go.
Tibbs got to go.
I know from which
sorry, not sorry.
Tibbs got to go, man.
Facts.
Oh man. Right. I don't even know what to say. It's just so much. Ryan, thank you. Ryan, this has been really
bro, yeah, man. My bad, man.
Ryan was on nah, dog. I appreciate the
yo.
I'm already full of energy, man, but I was just mad, man. I just been in a bad mood. I wanted Game 5 so bad.
You didn't have no money on the line, did you?
I did.
Yeah, that's why the passions.
Well,
I did.
Okay.
Tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Old school Scar Trek, 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Just watch that, man, and chill. It's good. Don't worry about it.
Oh man, that is real funny. I know we talked about it real quick. Let me just before we get out of here real quick. I know we talked about the National Leagues and American League Series. So y'all think with Ryan, let me just piggyback on what you said. You think Houston's gonna come back and win that series?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Even if they lose tonight, they're still gonna win.
Yeah, boy. Wow.
Not only that, for all the the banging on the garbage cans, they're cheaters. You know who's had the best road record the last 3 seasons? Road record, not at home. You can't cheat on the road.
Oh, they got garbage cans on the road.
No. That's not where it came from. The garbage. It came from the cameras. It came from the cameras.
Cans there. They don't.
The Astros are gonna win the World Series.
Okay. I'm so glad we keep receipts on this show.
Absolutely.
Glad you think so.
So the Astros, who do you think is gonna go in the National League?
It's gonna be Phillies. It's gonna be Phillies and the Astros again, and the Astros are gonna win again.
Like DA said, man, yo, it is something special in Citizens Bank Ballpark, man. The Phillies just don't lose there, and there's an energy there that's crazy,
different.
Yeah. And from top to bottom, them boys hit the ball. I thought it was. I was watching what's that old school baseball game where they just hit where it actually plays Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Every time you got out, Schwarber was like gone. You see your man gone. It was just
on the first pitch.
Yeah, this is the hardest thing about that series is that, yo, listen, if it does turn out to be the Astros and Philly, Philadelphia has the best player by far, and that's Bryce.
Wait a minute. Have you seen Alvarez?
Oh no, Alvarez is a bad man, but Bryce Harper is playing on fucking fire.
Bro, Jordan Alvarez has 6 home runs in 6 games.
Wait a minute, wait a minute, Ryan. But he took a L the other night when he struck out like 3 or 4 times the other night.
Okay, bro, it's baseball.
Right, I know what baseball is. Yes,
you gotta hit 300. You're rewarded for hitting 300, 275. He hit a home run.
I just said
got robbed.
But this is the playoffs. Yes, he gets off, but he looked real bad the other night. I'm just saying.
Kev, he has 6 home runs in 6 games.
When? Well, we talking about this postseason or last postseason?
This postseason. What are you watching?
What are you watching? You talking about Bryce Harper is not. Come on, dog. Come on, man. Just take the Homer hanky out of your pocket.
How can I do that when the guy has 6 home runs in 6 games? Big Papi is calling him Papi number 2 in the playoffs.
Right, whatever with Big Papi. Whatever. Whatever.
My bad.
You don't want to do that. Papi got better when he turned 40. He was on steroids. I'm a baseball dude. Like, you ain't gonna tell me a dude is. You can be more skilled when you get to Boston, but you can't be a better hitter than you were in the Twins. When you was the Twins, you used to hit the shit like out the stadium, and then you got to Boston and you hit it further. That don't happen. It didn't work for Barry Lamont Barnes, and it doesn't work for this guy. Okay, it just is what it is. But yeah, I like Bryce Harper a lot. Their pitching's a little bit better than Houston's pitching this year, and they're up and down. Schwarber. It's leading off, and their whole lineup is really, really serious. Like everybody hits, man.
The one thing about Houston, they all hit for average. They all make contact. They don't strike out hardly. That's what killed the Yankees against the Astros. Yankees just don't make contact. It's either a home run or nothing.
But Philly hits the ball. They don't strike out. They're just like Astros, and they have more power. So. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, it's the same 2 teams from last year, and Houston won in Game 6 in 6 games.
Yeah, different year. They're older. Everybody's older. Maybe dudes are better. I just know Bryce Harper came back from a broken leg in 2 weeks. He's a freaking superhero. So,
oh, he's awesome. Yeah. He's awesome.
He's a superhero.
He's definitely he's definitely. I was just looking at the whatchamacallit, the home runs. Yeah, Bryce Harper has 4 and your man has 6.
In 6 games.
Some strikeouts though, Ryan. Some strikeouts.
What strikeouts? And he got robbed. The guy robbed his other home run. He should have had 7.
Well, Ryan, I can't help that the defender in alpha is just,
I'm just saying, man. Last time I heard 6 is better than 4.
You were catching the ball.
Whoa. What did you just say? 6 is better than 4? Don't start me with 6 is better than 4. You know where I'm going with that, but I won't.
What do you mean?
That's the other split. Because people in that bag, they don't think 6 is better than 4, but we don't do that on this show. We don't because
I'm not going there with y'all, Kev. Nope.
Ryan, I think it'd be great baseball either way, though. So great baseball. That's what I see, and I like to see it because MLB needs great baseball. So.
Nah, no, Ryan. To really get what you said. Now Alvarez is a great player. Now I can't deny it.
Oh,
He is
yeah,
he is
so is
money.
Bryce, man.
Yeah,
Awesome.
both are. And I give them both, man. What they say here, Kev. I like. Hey, shout out to my mom. She's watching. She said she likes the shirt. Yeah, mom. Yeah, we doing it. Yeah, it'll be able to, November 1st. You'll be able to purchase some of this merchandise on the website. Real quick, we got like 5 minutes. Five minutes before we get on out of here. Ryan, thank you so much coming through. Ryan is my main.
Appreciate you, man.
Anytime
I'm about to drive home.
Anytime Ryan comes through, man. Thank you so much. The score of the NFL game tonight, it is what? 7-14-3 Saints. Real quick. College football, real quick. I know we didn't get a chance to do it last week, DA. What games should we do yard work and what games should we watch this week?
We got to pull them up. There's only a few really good games this week. Hold on now. You pull it up, Kev. You got it?
I'm pulling it up now.
I got it.
I think Ohio State and
Penn State.
Penn State play this week.
It's a good game, but I'm going to tell you now, if it gets ugly by the first quarter, get the hell back out in the yard. Do whatever your wife said to do because Penn State is probably dead in the water if it gets ugly early. But they have a really good defense, so we'll see if they stay in it. And they have to win this game. Like this, it has to happen. If not, James Franklin will be on the podcast every week next year. Meaning to say he'll be fired in Penn State. So yeah.
Okay. Tennessee and Alabama. We ain't checking for that.
I would watch it. It's going to be a good game. It'll be a good game because I think Tennessee actually can beat Alabama. I don't think Alabama is that great of a team this year.
I like, and this is Saturday night, Duke and Florida State.
Florida State is going to smash them, but it's going to be a good game.
Okay. You got a score on that?
Oh God, it may get ugly early. But I would say it'll be both. It'd be probably 28-21, somewhere around there. I think Florida State's defense is good enough to hold up against the running attack of Duke, and I don't think Duke's defense can hold Florida State. Florida State can do it all, pretty much. They can do it all.
Gotcha. Utah USC. That game is at 8 p.m. on Saturday. That's going to be a good one too.
Utah's going to win that game. Their defense is a lot better than USC's defense. So I do like USC, but we have a saying in football: don't let one loss turn into two. And they seem like a team that the first loss last week is going to turn into another loss this week. So they lost the game last week. So
yeah, Washington State versus Oregon. Washington State's not ranked, but Oregon.
Yeah, Oregon's going to beat them.
Yeah,
they should beat them.
Yeah, we mentioned
Washington play this week because I don't know if Penix is going to play.
I'm sorry.
I don't know if Penix is going to play for Washington because he's hurt. He got hurt last week. I think in a play he got hit, but I mean that dude he gamed him, man. Like that dude there, I like him a lot now. So I don't know if they're going to beat. I don't know who they play this week, but I would take Washington unless he's not playing, and then because they got a wide receiver that's not playing. That's a monster. That's hurt. So and hopefully he'll play this week.
Let me go to some of our alumni, some of our people that got alumni. D-Dub, does Charlotte beat East Carolina?
No.
No. No. It's a long season, man. They the new conference. They just trying to find their way, man. So no.
Okay.
Purdue, what you got, Kev? Purdue, who y'all?
Purdue's got a bye this week.
Who y'all getting beat by? Kev.
Yeah.
Purdue has a bye this week. Purdue had a bye. Ryan had to go. So this is a great show. Great show. Great, really spirited show, man. As always, Ryan had to go. Ryan had me yelling tonight, man. And
y'all, boy, I tell you,
yeah.
to take your home run hanky out your pocket. What the hell?
Home run.
What is that?
Home run.
Remember the home run?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's a little tight right there, Kevin. That's a little personal.
Oh man, nah, really great show, man. Shout out to all those that that was in the comments, man, cheering us on. Appreciate that. All those, thank you, love you all. Appreciate that. At the sound of voice, make sure you give us that 5-star review on the podcast side, on the sound side, 5. So, hey, without further ado, we're gonna do part shots real quick. Shout out to the guys in their absence, to the Angry One. Angry One was in the comments. To Mike Mills, who else? Dan, our hockey dude. Dan had to work, and so he won't be here tonight. So, man, but had a good time as always. D-Dub, take it away. What you got for us, bro?
First of all, I want to apologize because I gotta find that drive for that NBA because I really don't have it. Second of all, great show as always, man.
Yes.
And we're gonna do it again Sunday and Monday. All right, everybody have a good week.
Yeah, D-Dub made a really good point about Sunday and Monday. So these shows don't go like 2 and 3 hours. We're kind of breaking things down. So we do college on Sunday morning. If you can't catch it on Sunday morning, hey, just go back, get that notification, and watch it. Make sure you watch it. Hit the like, click, and subscribe button, and do it like that. And then on Monday, we come back with the NFL, the pros, and we talk about that. So we don't have to scrunch everything up in one episode. The DA, you was doing so well tonight, and somebody triggered you, bro.
I'm sorry. That Thibodeau thing, boy, D, I don't know what the heck, boy. Listen,
I'm sorry, man. I throw it out there.
Far better than that. But everybody, blessings, man. Stay up, keep your minds right, man. Make tomorrow better than the day.
Okay. DA with some We Are the World stuff.
Yeah.
You said that, yeah. That's what it do. I don't have anything that heavy. Appreciate our guest, Mr. Dan Clouser, for coming through. I will throw the links. The links will be in both the YouTube side and on the podcast side for you to check it out. He's a 3-time selling best author. Just check him out, man. Check him out. I appreciate him. We found each other on this app for podcasters, man. And Dan, we hooked up, we talked. And we brought it on, man. He has a lot, and he has 30 years experience with youth.
We
sport.
definitely gotta get him back.
Yeah. So we definitely
have to give it back for real. That's giving back.
Yes, 30 years of your life doing that, man. Next week, man, we got a real treat. We got Mr. Joel Cohen. He co-wrote and authored the book with Dan Patrick. That's right, I said it. Dan Patrick. Talking about football. So he'll be with us next week, and he'll be talking about how he did the book with Dan Patrick and some other things. He's won't tell you all, but Mr. Cohen, he's done a lot of things in the sports and entertainment industry, and he's going to be hanging out with us next Thursday. So you don't want to miss that, man. But don't miss Sunday morning. We're going to talk about college, and don't miss Monday as we talk about the NFL, man. So don't do that, man. So I'm going to get on out of here. On behalf of myself, I'm Kevin O. Warren, your host and moderator, for Daryl D. Dub Warren, for the DA, for Mike Mills in his absence, also for Dan the hockey dude, and also for James the Angry One Warren, man. Yo, this is the Sports Chasers podcast. Be good, be blessed, have an awesome weekend, and hey, we'll holler at you Sunday. Peace.